Even though San Francisco lost to the Jaguars, their young defense continues to be stifling. Not only did they hold the Jaguars to 3 points after making halftime adjustments, with only a few minutes remaining in the game, they were able to give Brock Purdy the opportunity to drive down the field and win it for San Francisco. He didn't, but that wasn't the defense's fault, and they were really the only reason San Francisco was in this game for so long. Their offense turned it over 4 times, and their special teams unit gave up a punt return for a touchdown. And I'm not here to tell you any of that is good for San Francisco moving forward, but I am here to tell you San Francisco's defensive performance is really pretty impressive in this game, considering everything they had to go through, with one of the most impressive performances coming out of their 5th round selection out of Kansas State and Marques Sigle. The safety not only registered a pass breakup, nearly leading to a Fred Warner interception, he was all over the field, registering 8 tackles in this most recent game, which brings his total on the year up to 26, ranking only behind Fred Warner and D. Winters on San Francisco's defense, really showcasing his ability to play sideline to sideline as well as being San Francisco's eraser. So in this video, we're going to go over one of San Francisco's most impressive rookies in Marques Sigle to truly understand why he could be San Francisco's next dominant safety. Initially, to start out, where Sigle really jumped out in his film to me in this most recent Jaguars game was his ability as a pass coverage safety, with Sigle doing a nice job both in man and zone coverage. Here on this play, for example, Sigle is lined up in a traditional safety alignment, manned up on this tight end, with Robert Saleh calling cover 1 with his linebackers on this play in zone coverage. Meanwhile, Siegel's man on this play and this tight end is running a pretty difficult route for Sigle to defend given his alignment. He's running a crosser pattern, but nevertheless, Sigle shows off his 4.38 speed and his background as a cornerback. As soon as this tight end's breaking over the middle, for example, Sigle is able to identify the crosser, so he shoots without hesitation and then gets there because of his raw athleticism. And with the tight end trying to settle down in the soft spot of San Francisco's defense, Sigle responds nicely, and I love the way he's continually attacked balls throughout the season when the quarterback targets him. And here, he's able to get the pass breakup and nearly forces the interception to Fred Warner on this play. Siegel's background as a cornerback also allows Robert Saleh to get extremely creative with his play calls. Here on this play, for example, Saleh is lining up his entire defense in press man coverage, running cover 1, which really makes the Jacksonville Jaguars work for everything on 3rd and 11, and on this play specifically, Siegel's man is running a slant pattern with Sigle in press man coverage. And Sigle on this play is pulling out the most aggressive press technique, pulling out a two-handed press technique to really try to disrupt this receiver's route early on, since he knows he has 11 yards to work with. And honestly, he's doing a pretty great job. To really illustrate this point, here looking at his feet, he's able to keep his base wide to disrupt this wide receiver's release, and with this receiver driving up the field on him, he opens up his hips, reading the quarterback's eyes the entire time, and then is driving on this wide receiver once this ball is thrown, which forces the 4th down on the play, so you can truly see how Siegel's background as a cornerback can be advantageous for Saleh's defense. In a similar way, when you look at Siegel's relative athleticism score of 9.64, this allows Saleh to get extremely creative in the way he hides his coverages and blitzes. Here, for example, Sigle is manned up on this tight end despite being in the traditional safety alignment because of his ability to close space quickly, which helps Robert Saleh disguise the blitz he's sending from Fred Warner and D. Winters on this play, because Sigle isn't pressed up on this tight end and really showing its potentially man coverage. But post-snap, he does an excellent job of closing this distance and eating up this space. And because he's in man coverage, he makes sure this tight end isn't going to be running a wheel pattern or any route that he can be beat over the top on, and as soon as he identifies the outbreaking pattern, he's breaking there as well, nearly breaks up this pass, and makes an excellent open field tackle. As solid as Sigle is against the pass though, he actually might be a better run support safety at this point in his career, as he does an excellent job of identifying the running play and then shooting without hesitation. To really illustrate this point, on this play, Sigle is coming up as a box safety, essentially acting as another linebacker for San Francisco's defense, and almost instantly here, he's able to identify the inside run, so without hesitation, he shoots his lane forming for this back, and brings him down for only a 2-yard gain. In a similar way, when lined up in a traditional safety alignment, he's quick to recognize the running play and then comes up like a heat-seeking missile. To really exemplify this point, here Sigle starts to drop deep into his zone coverage, but with him quickly recognizing this outside run from this back, he comes up quickly using his 4.38 speed, gets low, breaks down in the open field, and helps bring him down for a pretty minimal gain. Sigle also does a nice job in San Francisco's run defense of being the eraser. On this play, for instance, the Jacksonville Jaguars are faking the inside run and then running a jet toss to this wide receiver, meaning Mykel Williams on this play should be getting outside contain to stop this jet sweep, or potentially D. Winters could also get outside contain on this play, but both get driven inside by Jacksonville's blocks, leaving Marques Sigle on this play as San Francisco's real hope of stopping the touchdown or potentially massive play here. And here, he does a nice job of actually identifying it and then shows off his 4.38 speed, quickly getting to the outside. But he doesn't just get outside contain on this play, he's able to take on 73's block and actually make the tackle on the back here. And when the running back was able to make his way to the second level, Sigle was there to clean up everything San Francisco's defensive line and linebackers couldn't. Here on this inside run, for instance, the Jacksonville Jaguars do a nice job of double teaming San Francisco's defensive line up to the second level, as well as getting their wide receivers to block San Francisco's cornerbacks, which really allows them to get to the second level. Meaning if this back is able to break either of these safeties' tackles, he's off to the races, but because Marques Sigle comes up, breaks down in the open field and makes a secure tackle, he erases the much bigger gain on this play. Another underappreciated part of Sigle's run defense, in my opinion, is his ability to play sideline to sideline because of his athleticism. To really illustrate this point on this play, the Jacksonville Jaguars are running away from Sigle's side, but nevertheless, because he's such a crazy athlete, he's able to identify Trevor Lawrence's run, get to the outside, and forces him out of bounds, stopping the clock. With all these positives to Sigle's game though, he is a 5th round rookie, so he definitely has some areas of concern, with one of the most notable areas in my opinion being his overall length. Sometimes his short arms make it more challenging for him to make tackles, break up passes, and even get off blocks. Sigle's aggression can also leave him susceptible to cutback lanes, as well as double moves on the defensive side of the ball, so headed forward, he needs to continue to work on his balance there. Even with these concerns to Marques Sigle's game though, I see a player that's just going to continue to improve with more reps. He has all the athleticism you want out of a safety, he also has a background as a cornerback, and even has shown the ability to come up and line up as a box safety in San Francisco's defense. In other words, he offers ideal versatility in a similar way Jimmy Ward used to for Robert Saleh's defense, so headed forward, if he is able to continue to develop like we have seen so far this season, I think he's going to end up being a Pro Bowl level safety. But ultimately, these are just some of my thoughts on San Francisco's 5th round selection out of Kansas State and Marques Sigle, and I want to hear your thoughts about him down below as a player. Do you think he'll end up being like a Jimmy Ward type player for this defense, or do you think his short arms will really hamper his development? It would also mean a ton to me if you did enjoy this video, if you could go ahead and like and subscribe. It truly helps out the channel a ton, and as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.